Grab the duct tape and mentally prepare yourself for yet another mind-expanding knowledge bomb from America's #1 business coach, Clay Clark.
That's it. Bombs away.
Yes, 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 and yes. Here we are again, broadcasting from the beautiful man cave here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Factory direct from me to you, and I've had a lot of DayQuil today. So I'm pushing through the pain. I got to keep my hot streak going of 23 years in a row of no sick days. Now on today, now it doesn't mean I haven't been sick. There's just no sick days. I've got to keep my hot streak alive. Now on today's show, we had a thriver who texted in a question or emailed in a question to us. And their question is this. They wrote, maybe this is a podcast question, but I thought I'd ask you anyway. How do you know when it was time to sell your DJ business and to do something else? Did you know right away it was time? How did you decide to do that? Would love to chat with you on this topic at some point. Travis, we were talking earlier, just moments ago off air. You like Legos.
Love them.
Why?
It's just been something I've enjoyed since I was a kid.
How long have you known that you've loved Legos? Like, when was the first time you remember playing Legos?
Probably when I was 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yep.
And so does it seem like a chore to you when you're doing Legos?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so it's something that you enjoy, and therefore it doesn't seem like a chore when you're doing it. It's a flow state. In modern psychology, the word flow state means it's something where you lose track of space and time while you're doing it. It's fun for you.
Yeah, I could spend all day doing it.
How long did you play Legos the last time? How old were you the last time that you started messing with some Legos?
I haven't done it much as an adult, but I got one for Christmas a few years ago, and it just reminded me how much I enjoy it.
How old were you when you got these Legos?
24.
So at the age of 24, I mean, did you spend a whole day messing with Legos? Was it a couple hours or what?
All day.
Really?
All day on Christmas.
Were there other kids helping you with it too, or just you as an adult messing with Legos?
No, I shamelessly blocked them out and just did it myself.
Really?
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that because that's something you like to do. And for our listener out there, for the good doctor, I know who the listener is who asked this question. I am of the belief that we should all try to live a life that's like that, where you're playing Legos. And so Steve Jobs, who couldn't be here on today's show because he's dead, he did have some profound things to say about death. And I want to cue up this audio because this audio, from my perspective, is a great way to answer your questions. So let me cue up this audio.
When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
So the question is, again, the question is, how do you know when it's how did you know when it was time to sell your DJ business, or how do you know when it's time to sell your business? Did you know right away, or how did you decide on that? Well, this is how I decided on that. I recognized that the 3 Ps were no longer all happening simultaneously. And you say, well, what are the 3 Ps? These are the 3 Ps, the 3 Ps of business. And in my mind, in my opinion, from my experience, having coached hundreds of clients, close to thousands of clients, having grown several multi-million-dollar companies, these are my 3 Ps for a happy business, for a happy business owner. 1, you've got to make a profit. 2, you got to work with people that you like. You have to make a profit, and you've got to work with people that you like. And 3, you've got to make a product that you're proud of. And Travis, have you ever worked at a job before where you hated or disliked strongly the people that you worked with?
Yes, I have.
What's that like going to work on a daily basis when you definitely don't like the people you're working with, even if you like the actual job itself? What happens when you start working with people on a daily basis that you do not like?
You spend the entire time you're driving to the job thinking about how much you do not want to go.
Yeah, it's soul-sucking, right?
Absolutely.
So, again, my 3 Ps are you want to make a sustainable profit, okay? You want to create a sustainable profit. Well, what does that mean, a sustainable profit? A profit where it's bankable, meaning that if you went to a bank and said, can I borrow money to scale my business, they would look at your business model and say yes. You've got to be profiting at least a 20% margin. Or a business that is profitable to the point where your business is at least sellable, where somebody else would hear of what you're doing and want to buy your company. Or someone could look at your books and say, you know what? Your business is healthy. I want to buy it. So you've got to create a business that is sustainably profitable. That's the first P. The second, you've got to create a business where you work with people that you like. And third, you got to create products that you're proud of. And I can just tell you sincerely, when I built DJConnection.com, I started it by making a product that I was proud of and working with people that I liked, and I was sustainably profitable. But at some point, and it's all my fault, but at some point I looked up and realized I do not like the people that am working with. I don't like them. And I hired too many people that were not people I wanted to hang out with. Too many people that were too casual about business in terms of they would constantly be late and it didn't bother them. Working with people that were chronically late, it just bothers me. If you're the kind of person who's chronically late, I don't want you in my life. And I had too many people working there that were chronically late. I had too many people working for me that thought everything was a joke, and if they made a mistake or did something wrong, it was funny to them. They didn't have a sense of pride that I had. I hired too many people that wouldn't follow the systems and the processes. And so, again, it was profitable. I made a product that I liked, but as I continued to hire, I kept hiring more and more people that I didn't like. And I started dealing with inner office political issues and people that knew what to do but refused to do it. And it just became every day was an argument. Every day was me fighting for the overhead playlist to be the right playlist. Was me fighting with people to follow the scripts. Every day consisted of me fighting with people who knew what to do but who chose not to do it. Every day was a dramatic burning fire because everybody failed to plan. My day was an emergency. And so I just realized, you know what? If I have an opportunity to sell this thing and to move into the next phase of my life and to do things differently, I'm going to do it. And so I did it, and I've built other companies, and now I love all the businesses I'm involved with because of the 3 Ps. I make a sustainable profit. I work with people that I like. And I make products that I'm proud of. Like I'll mention Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge, our haircut chain. I really do like the vast majority of the people that we work with. I really do like them. I think of Joel is a great team player. Carly's great. Jordan's great. There's so many great members of the team. Captain Morgan, she's a great person to work with. Travis, you work with these people. We've got a lot of great people in the Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge, right? We got a lot of good people up there.
Yeah, it's full of them.
Yeah, and so it's not a soul-sucking process. It's not a soul-sucking thing to think about for me going to work. Now, there are some, problem children we have to, correct, and there are some situations. There's some weeds we have to pull. I get it. But I like the people, I like the product, and I like the profit. So if you're out there today and you're going, when is it time to sell a business? If you no longer are, working with people you like and you realize it's not going to be fixable, I would sell the company if you can. But now on the mathematical side of things, if you're going to sell a company, don't sell a company until you are in a spot where selling the business will put you into a place of financial freedom. Don't just sell it because it's an emotional decision. Because if you sell a company and you haven't thought about the next thing you're going to do, it can get really, really bad. Because after you sell the company, you no longer have a job, you no longer have ongoing income, and you'll run out of money a lot faster than you thought you would. So that would be my tips for you out there of how to know when it's time to sell a business. And we like to end each and every show with a boom. And so now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom.